So we're busy with three things. Three things saying, what do we need to take into consideration when we integrate communication? Firstly, the what is, how do we align the messages? Number two, these 5 locations where we can integrate. And now we're going to look at how do we integrate those messages. Okay. Let's look at Coca-Cola as an example very quickly. Look at their mission, vision, and values. And I found this on Coca-Cola-company.com. So their mission, and think of Coke. For those who drink Coke, this is their mission. Tell me, do you experience this when you buy or drink a Coke? They say the world is changing. To continue to thrive as a business over the next 10 years and after that, we must look ahead. Strategy, okay? Understand the trends and forces that will shape the business in the future and move quickly, swiftly to prepare what's to come. We must get ready for tomorrow, today. That's what our 2020 vision is about. It creates a long-term destination for business and provides us with the roadmap for winning together with our bottling partners. Okay, just as an introduction. And then they say our mission, our roadmap starts with our mission, which is enduring. It declares our purpose as a company and serves as the standard against which we weigh our actions and decisions. Their mission is threefold. They say is to refresh the world, to inspire moments of optimism and happiness, and to create value and to make a difference. Okay. When you open a Coke or you share it or you drink it, do you experience this? Do you? Yeah. How?
It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
And also when you're with your friends.
I don't know, I guess it makes me happy.
Yeah, Sam?
When you sit around with your friends, you're all drinking Coke and you talk and it's just refreshing and it wakes you up and you enjoy each other's company while you're drinking it.
Yes, very good. Anybody else? Okay, but this is proving exactly what we're talking about. That the product that we experience on the one side can be traced all the way back to the mission of the company. Okay, and top number 1 brand in the world, number 2 brand in South Africa, interestingly.
What's number 1?
What is number 1? No, not, okay, sorry. Coke is the number 1 soft drink in South Africa, but it's not the number 1 brand in South Africa. No, number 1 brand is not a drink.
What is it?
Who said that? No, number 1 brand, according to the latest survey, Sunday Times brand survey, is F&B. No. Koo is the number 1 brand, according to the last survey, Sunday Times. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
Is number 1 brand the most, the brand that sells the most products?
It's not necessarily that sells the most products, it's that creates the most satisfaction to the customer.
Most favorable.
Yes, most favorable. Let's look at the vision for Coke. They say our vision serves as the framework for our roadmap. It guides our every aspect. And they say their vision include their people, very important, your stakeholders, internal, external, okay? Your portfolio, bring the world a portfolio of quality beverage brands. Your partners is the network of customers and suppliers. The planet, okay, being a responsible citizen. And you learn much more about corporate social responsibility, environmental awareness, and Coke is number 1 in giving back to the community. Very interesting. Okay, profit, obviously. Why do we work together in a group to reach one goal? Usually that goal is making money. Dough, cash, moolah. And then productivity. Productivity, the higher the productivity, the more effective the organization. Okay, so this is Coca-Cola, and just very quickly in the next learning unit we'll look at organizational culture, and we'll come back to Coke to look at their culture and their values. Okay. When we look at strategy integration, if you look on page 48, these are the third element that we're looking at. So how do we integrate? They say there's 10 ways that we can integrate strategy, and they divide them up into 3 groups. Okay? They say the first 2 strategies is very corporate focused, so it's very much internal in the organization, very much part of the managing decisions that they make. And they say the first one is to create, but also to maintain, to nourish relationships, and not necessarily just to sell a product. Okay. They say it's less expensive to maintain an existing customer than to acquire a new customer. Have you thought about that? It takes less money and effort to keep your existing customers happy than to try and get new customers. Okay, but it's hard work, but it's much cheaper to do that. So that's the first one they identify there. So page 48, number 1, they say create and nourish relationships rather than to make transactions. Maintaining existing customers is less expensive than acquiring new ones. And to maintain a customer, it is to know the customer. Going back to market orientation. What's the needs of the customer? Okay. Number 2, corporate focus. They say focus on all your stakeholders. Now, don't get confused about this. When they talk about all your stakeholders, they don't mean everybody. They mean your target audience. Those specific people inside and outside the organization that you want to build a relationship with. Okay. Varsity College isn't for everybody. It's for very specific people. Okay. You are one of them. Specific age group, specific gender, specific race. All of those are very specific when we look at stakeholders. Okay.